Hello, and welcome to Lights Camera Review. I'm your host, George Fickelberg, and with me, as always, is our always pleasant film critic, a filmmaker's worst enemy, the king of mean,
And the top film critic of the Toronto Star.
Oh yes, how could we forget that accolade? Todd McClark. Hello, Todd.
And hello back.
So, how was your week? See any good movies?
Well, let's jump right into the show, shall we? And we'll find out.
Alrighty then, let's take a look at the weekend box office report. Okay, here are the numbers. In 10th spot, making $2 million, is the comedy Hall Pass.
See, the only thing funny about this movie is how no one is going to see it. Nobody wants to see this unfunny garbage crap movie anymore.
I guess so. At number 9, making $3 million, is Beastly.
Lame. Let's move on.
Moving on, at number 8, making $5 million, is Mars Needs Moms.
See, I didn't even know this movie existed until I walked into the theater last Tuesday. Having watched it now, I can say, yeah, it's not that bad, but honestly, it's not that good either. It gets the job done for the kids, and honestly, that's about it.
Well, here's something that you might like. In 7th spot, with also making $5 million, is The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon.
This movie was really boring. I don't know about you, but all of Matt Damon's movies just seem so bland. I think filmmakers are probably trying really hard to recreate what made the Bourne trilogy so good. It's such a shame what's happening to Matt Damon.
Well, next at number 6 with $7 million is Red Riding Hood.
Oh, God. Do we have to dumb everything down for the preteen audience? I mean, really? Enough with this crap. And look, it promotes bestiality also. Congratulations, filmmakers. You just made a gem.
Okay, well, moving on from bestiality is the number 5 movie, making $13 million. It's the movie Paul.
I'm not going to see it. I don't want to see it. I hate British humor. I hate British people. I hate British people's teeth. I hate Britain. I hate everything about British people and their humor. So, not going to see it.
Okay then. Here's a movie you might like. At number 4, also with $13 million, is The Lincoln Lawyer.
Matthew McConaughey, could you please, for once in your life, try to act in your movies? Good God, he plays the same guy in every single movie. Hey, look at me, ladies. I'm going to help this guy out of prison, and then I'm going to take my shirt off for absolutely no apparent reason.
You know what? I like Matthew McConaughey.
Are you kidding? Shut up. You would like Matthew McConaughey.
All right. At number 3 is the big action sci-fi movie, Battle Los Angeles.
I only have 3 words to describe this movie. Loud, stupid, and irritating, much like you, George. This is lazy filmmaking at its best. There's so much unnecessary camera shaking, probably to hide the bad special effects. But good God, use a tripod, you lazy bastards. It's not that difficult.
Well, here's a movie with Johnny Depp. In 2nd spot with $15 million is the animated movie Rango.
You know, I actually do like this movie. It's nowhere on the level of anything from Pixar, like Toy Story or WALL-E. Yeah, but it's good. It has some good animation and a lot of funny references to older movies. It's a good movie not only for kids, but for adults too. I'd say go see it.
All right, audience, you heard that. Todd actually likes Rango, so you should probably go out and see it. Now, rounding out the top 10 is Limitless, which made $18 million.
God help us all. Why do audiences keep seeing crap like this? You're just inspiring studios to make more garbage movies. Breaks my heart to see a film like this in first place. Breaks my heart.
Well, and that concludes our look at the top 10. And it seems our poor film critic here, the movies keep getting worse and worse. And it looks as though they're finally getting to him. Mr. McClark, any new movies you've seen that are coming out this week?
Well, how about we start out with something that's a little bit pleasant. Toronto SOS.
Yeah, a movie made right here in Toronto.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy seeing a Canadian film finally get attention. But at the same time, it's something that you have to watch with a heavy heart. Let's take a look at the movie's trailer and you'll see exactly why. So there you have it. The movie is about a monster attacking Toronto and the army is trying to fight it off. Really, that's all the synopsis that you need to know. Now, it's quite obvious that this movie was quickly made to capitalize on the hype surrounding Battle LA. I mean, look how similar the title is. The only difference is that the special effects are so cheap and don't look anything as good as what regular Hollywood blockbusters should look like. Finally, I say I watched this with a heavy heart because this is supposed to be a Canadian movie, yet it doesn't feel like one at all. It looks like a Japanese monster movie, or maybe a really cheap Roger Corman movie trying to beat a movie that has a bigger budget to theaters. The movie looks too simple, it looks bad, and its heart is in the wrong place. So I did not like the movie, and I recommend that you do not go see it. It's a waste of time.
Well, you know what, Todd? I liked it. I liked it a lot. I mean, for what it was pretty entertaining.
I'm not mad, George. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, okay. Well, let's move on, shall we? Any other new movies that you watched this week?
I've watched just one other movie, and honestly, it depressed me so much that I wanted to go home, open up a whole bottle of scotch, and I didn't want to watch a single movie for the rest of the week because honestly, I really have to find something to cheer me up.
Well, what a wonderful segue into what looks to be like another negative movie review today.
Yeah, well, this review is more of a public service announcement. Do you remember last year when that awful movie, Basement of Blood, came out? That really ultra low budget horror movie about a sadistic killer who kidnaps a young lady and then tortures her in his basement.
Yes, I remember what a terrible movie it was. We both rated it as possibly the worst film of the year. It was probably the only time we've ever actually agreed on something.
Yeah. Now, not only was the film so poorly made, but it was just offensive. However, we now have the anticipated follow-up in the form of Basement of Blood 2. Our killer from the previous movie is back. And this time, instead of torturing and killing one woman, he's torturing and killing multiple women.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing. I think we'd better show a clip of the film just to get it out of the way. Though I should warn you that parental guidance is strongly suggested.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Oh my God. No. Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me. Help. No. Someone. Can anyone hear me? Someone help me.
How lovely.
Yes, exactly. And I know right away our viewers are probably asking, why are you reviewing this movie in the first place? Well, I'm doing this because people need to be aware of just how awful and offensive that this movie really is. I mean, there are a lot of problems with this movie. With problem one being that, like the first film, the film quality is exceptionally poor. I mean, in that clip alone, did you see all of the mistakes? I mean, the continuity with the killer's hair, the boom mic. The damn boom mic fell into view. Nobody could hold a boom mic set. Like, really? Really? And the camera work is so shoddy to the point where I think my 10-year-old son could shoot a better movie with his plastic Fisher-Price camera. You could do a better job, George. You could. Problem number two is that, like any horror sequel, it needs to be way more violent than its predecessor. So the torture scenes are more graphic and make you sick to your stomach. But in between all of the violent scenes, everything else is just boring, meaningless drivel, and nothing happens. It proves that the movie is only able to rely on the violence and cannot rely on anything else. No characterization, nothing. It's a movie that has nothing but a rotten heart. And I don't know about you, but if I were watching these sorts of movies, I would have a terribly grim view of the world. I mean, who would enjoy seeing a movie about a woman getting tortured to death? It's a terrible movie. I hated it. It's by far the worst movie of the year. I think it deserves to burn in hell and die.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be seeing this movie anytime soon either, Todd.
Good for you, because I'll say it right here and right now. This movie is evil. The filmmakers who made this movie are evil. They're Satan incarnate themselves, and they deserve to be punished for what they have done.
And I have to agree about the whole extreme violence in movies. I mean, in the movies today, it seems as though filmmakers try to outdo each other in terms of how much violence they can cram into their movies. Not only is it offensive to adults, in particular women, but it's also dangerous for younger kids. We are now in a society where kids have such easy access to movies because of things like the internet.
And therein lies the problem. Parents are turning a blind eye to this issue and are letting their children view these kinds of movies. Not only do they scare and disturb the younger viewers, they could also have a very bad influence. See, this is what scares me the most, is that there are some younger kids who actually do enjoy these movies. Now, I'd like to close our show on a more positive note. Here's a news clip from Seneca News, which talks about the negative reaction The Basement of Blood 2 is getting.
There's been a lot of talk over the newly released movie called Basement of Blood Part 2. We talked to some students here at Seneca about their negative feelings for the movie.
Who are you?
Yeah, this movie is horrible. It looked like a porn movie. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think I'll ever see anything like it again. I can't believe I paid to see this movie. Did I even pay to see this movie?
I don't even want to talk about it.
Ugh.
It just
The acting was awful. Just
felt like
awful.
I wasted like $10.
Yeah, I wasted my time as well.
Can't get that hour back in my life.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Jeez.
But not all people think that the movie is bad.
Well, you know, I don't know what all the people are bitching about. It is what it is, and it delivers what it promises.
With negative reactions spreading across Canada, the question is whether or not this will result in the movie being pulled from theaters. Charmaine Santiago speaking for Seneca News.
Now, aside from that one dolt who liked the movie, almost everybody else who saw this movie thinks that it was total crap. Hopefully, like the reporter said, the negative reaction that this movie is getting will get it pulled from theaters, and hopefully this will be the start to finally getting rid of these pointless, ultra-violent garbage movies.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Of course you couldn't have.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. Thank you for tuning into another edition of Lights, Camera, Review. I'm George Pickelberg.
And I'm Todd McClark.
We'll see you next week.